Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So in this video I'm gonna be showing you a simple Python screen recorder that you can build at your own. So here I'm just gonna walk us through the code actually. So I've left the link to the code to my GitHub page in the description below, so you can get the code there, and also the images that we use. I put everything there so you can get it easily. So now I'm just gonna walk through the code not to take much of our time. So guys, follow me along. So this part link you need to share, don't worry guys. So all we need is we need to import the OS module, time module, in order to record our sequence, that the sequence of our video, the day and the time being recorded actually. So we need to take time to create the GUI, and then we need this screen rec, which is which is what we are going to use to record the module that is being recorded. So the module that we're going to use to record our screen. So if you haven't done it yet, if you haven't installed this module on your system, so you can just go to the command line and just use. I'm gonna use pip install this screen rec, and that's gonna install it for you. So you're good to go. After the installation, just gonna take a few seconds actually, not up to a minute, depending on the fast the internet is. So we're going to use need this Python to GUI also for automation and something like that. Also we need the datetime module now to record the date and time. So we need time and the date. So yeah, here we are defining our root, which is the inter GUI. So we're defining the root as tk. We instantiate it here, or we initiate it actually. So and then we define the title here. The title needs to be screen recorder, and then declare the date time here, not to get the specific date. So and then here I have my own part here, so you can create your own part if you want. So I'm using the desktop as my default folder actually. So before we go through these functions over here, let's just walk through the declaration of those buttons and all the things here. So here I also instantiate the screen recorder here. So and also here is the icon image that I use. For the icon image, let me show you what the icon image look like actually. So wow, I messed with the code here, so let me just have a little bit quick check actually. Indentation error 933. Let's check guys. So wow, I clicked 3 here, my bad. So let's run it again. Let me show you what the icon screen, the icon image looks like actually. Here we are. So this is our icon image. This we are looking right here. This is our icon image. So there you go. So that's what we're going to use, and then we configure the background to be white. So we are using a PNG image as the background. So and then we won't make it resizable, which is false. It has to take the parameter of false, so it won't be able to. You won't be able to resize it on this angle. It won't be able to resize on other angle inside. Also at the bottom of it, you won't be able to resize it. So that's just it. So we declared this variable here to define name that we are going to record it to record it as well. So before we get there, let me just show you the text entry we use this for. So here is the original image which we use for the background image actually. So this is the background image if you want to use it. So let me just put it here actually, just comment it down around image. So there you go. So here, and also we declare the label here to put the background image there. So I'm pressing it, which is x minus 10. Let me show you. Actually the image is too big, so I try to resize it actually, but I think it's best fitted like this, the background there. So I click the x, which is minus 10, go in it a little bit, and the y minus 10 to go up a little bit. Let's continue. So there you go. So next we declare our text of video recorder. The text is right here. Go again. I don't know, I'm closing it. My bad. Sorry guys. So let's have a quick one here. Yeah, good. This is the video recorder label actually. So and then we declare the area font, and then we use font size of 20, and then we declare the color as red. So replace it x 100 and y 40, 40x and 40 100x and 40y. So let's continue. So and also we declare text as a type of our screen, like the text again, type your video name below, which is above the text entry. So this is the text actually. So here it is, and then we give the color of black, background of white, and the font of the same area, and the font size of 30, and this is 50 by 40, 50 by 120 actually. Sorry. And then here is the text entry we use here. The text entry holds this is we use the finding variable to hold it this here. So anytime we want to get this text entry, we use this. So let's continue, guys. So here is it, and we click when this is text entry actually. So let's continue, guys. And also the start button, and just put side by side now to avoid stressing you guys. I hope you should be able to see this. If I zoom out, let's hope so. Okay, zoom a little bit. So here, so where are we? Yeah, we are at the start button, I believe. Yeah, so declare the button as start, which is this one button right here, and then we put the function start recording into it. The function is right here, so let me just walk you through the function. So the function start recording is here. First we get the file name, which is right over there, and then after that we check if this part exists, the general part here, which we are going to be storing our images and videos. So if the part exists, if the part does not exist, we make the part, and else, and if it exists, and then we make sure if you are using it for video. Yes, it is for video actually. This start is for video, so we import the part, we join the general part together and the video part together. So if you don't have this video part created also, it will create this new part for you right here. So if you check if this new part exists after joining this recorder folder, and if it doesn't exist, it will create a new part for you. And then after that we start recording in that folder, and then use this file here. Let's find them get from here, and then it will record it here. So if this folder does not exist, we make the directory, we change the directory into that part, and then we start recording the file. And then we set the status label here. This is the status label here, and then we set it to start recording. So let me just start this one a little bit for you, and we need to fill this here. Let's say tutorial. So if I click start, see the recording starts. So then we're gonna stop it right here. We're gonna stop and see. So now let's continue. So after that, we stop at start button. Next we move to the screenshot button. So here is the screenshot button. Sorry, my bad actually. I should change the name. Sorry guys. So let's check if we're not gonna install this button. So let's change it here actually. So I'm just gonna change it. I didn't rename it before this video. Sorry guys. So I'm just gonna see the screen. Let's go shot. Let's see. Let's go shot button. Just move the underscore here. Perfect. So now is the screenshot button, and then the text is screenshot in capital letter uppercase, and then we define the screenshot function. So here put the background as 0, but I mean the border width at 0, and then the active background is red. So when I click on it, it's turned to red actually. Then it's screenshot, and then here screenshot taken as saved. So let's just go through the screenshot function over here. So here is the screenshot function here, right here. So guys, welcome back to the second part of this video. So we stopped at the screenshot button, so let's continue without wasting our time. So here we are getting the date time, the current date, and then we are putting it in the string f time, so in order to make it more available. If you don't know about the string f format, so I'll try to make a video on it. If you want me to make a video on this the format of this date time string f, now for you to get the hours, the minutes, and the seconds particularly, just comment in the section below and I'll make the video on it, I promise. So and then here we are converting it to string actually. So then we check the new path if the folder screenshot already exists, and if it doesn't, we make the new path. And so if it exists, we get the name, which is defined in here, also this text area here. So also now we set the status to waiting 5 seconds to screenshot. After screenshot, actually this thing is faster enough to change it, so we won't see this changing when it comes to screenshot. It's fast enough actually. So and then we set the status to waiting for 5 seconds to update. So same thing, we just comment this one out and this, yeah. So we wait for 5 seconds screenshot, which is not gonna show, and then we create the format string here, which is new path. We're joining it with the new path and the image name which we get the image, which is the name from that text coming from our text area, and then we put an hyphen here, so and then we put the image, use it as name, and then we join the date of it being screenshot. So if I show you mine here, actually here screenshot, so it's gonna join it, the date time of it like this, the tutorial show at 5:47. So here that's how it's gonna join it together. So now let's continue. So we also check if the new path exists here, so we do this. So if it doesn't exist, we create a new path, and then we get to find them as this. So we get to find them also, change the status, which is within 5 seconds screenshot as usual. We'll sleep for 2 seconds in order to make it looks being real. So and then we get the image, and then we set the image into this path, and then after we screenshot it, and then we say screenshot taken and saved. So well, do we need to use this? I think we don't need this actually. So let's remove this, and then after that we screenshot it and then save it to the path. Yeah, there you go. So after that, let's continue with the button. So after the screenshot, yeah, we stop at the screenshot. So here is the post button image. Here is the image over here, but we didn't use it actually. I decided not to use it, so I'm not going to waste our time. Let's continue. And then this is the button. The text is equals to post. You can include it actually if you want to use it. It's just gonna add. It's just about using the library. Maybe I'll cover it in the next video for you to use it actually. So and then we're using this command of pause recording. So the pause recording command is right here. That's the simple stuff. So here we pause the recording, which is, and then we declare initiated from the coming from the recording. We declare outside here. So we pause the recording, and then we set status to recording pause. So if I show you the demo here, let's say record, and then I start it, and then I pause it. You can see the recording pause, and here also is the resume function. Let's just combine both together. So and here is the resume function. Resume also. So if you press resume, it resumes and continues to record. So let's just stop it. So also now after that, I think we're done the rest of the function. Yes, this is the resume function, or we can call it stop function. So let's just continue. Here we have the resume button here, and then we have the resume function over here. And so we place them. You should be familiar with the geometry manager and Tkinter actually. So here is the stop button, which is declared stop, recording function, and here is the string variable to hold everything of the status coming from here, either recording stop and save, screenshot taken and save, videos taken, blah blah blah. That's it. So here is the status label, which is this, so we place it right over here, declare test variable as this, so that's why we're changing it. And then we run the main loop over here to make everything display. So sorry guys for taking much of our time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you understand it. If you have any question about this video, you can leave the comments. You can leave the comment section. You can leave it in the comment section, and I'll surely reply. So thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you something more fancy. Actually, please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification to get updates on my latest video coming. So thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video.